right now, and I think we can grab a bit of that now. Marcus Montempelli with David King. Just seeing how we're going there with our technical gurus up the back. No love with the signal, unfortunately. That's all right. We'll get back to the doggies in the rooms, but the players have met in the middle, and the Essendon boys will head to their rooms. The Dogs will head to theirs, where they'll be presented with the E.J. Whitten Cup in the same week that the great E.J. would have turned 84 if he was still with us. We might take the PA, where the ground announcer is speaking with Bob Murphy.
Yeah, it was pretty up and back. I'm sure it was entertaining for all our supporters, and nice to skip away with it in the end.
Biggsy created a lot of drive for the team tonight. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Oh, he's a bit of a cult hero, Shane. He's probably got the most glorious hair in the league, and no, he played a really solid game from halfback, as he has done since he's come to the club.
And Travis Cloke and Tory Dixon were back in the side tonight. They had a big impact on the game.
Yeah, they did. It's nothing like having quality forwards, and those boys have, proven they can do it at this level for a long, long time. So good to have those boys back in.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Murphy there speaking with the ground announcer. What we will do is we'll take a break, come back down to the rooms for the presentation of the E.J. Whitten Cup, and also a chat with one of the victorious Dogs. They've won by 30 points, and they're back in the 8th with a percentage of 100.3. They'll probably be usurped, though, by the Eagles by the time the day is done as they take on the Lions. And, of course, we've got a game over at the MCG. Latest score there as Collingwood takes on Adelaide, and it's the Magpies with the early running 4-3-27, leading Adelaide 2-1-13. A break, back shortly, 5th quarter for East Fruit Market Signature Homes. A live, breathe, Carol Footy.
The home of football in Geelong.
The home of football in Geelong.
Live, breathe, K-Rock football.
For Warralilly Central, land now selling.
Hello, Jamie.
And Ruth, on my back alley platform so long.
Oh, fuck through me.
Oh, geez, thanks, Jamie.
Oh, and a mouth guard.
Well, Jamie, not everyone's great with the footy, but there's no better combination than Geelong Cats and Momback Alley.
I'm not sure I get it.
For all your footy season garden plans, visit us at Womback Alley Plant Farm Geelong, 201 Townsend Road in Moolat.
Oh, the cat's been in the garden.
You got it now?
Right now, GMHBA Health Insurance is offering...
steak knives?
No.
Inflatable flamingos?
GMHBA is offering what is it? No.
I'm done waiting, mate.
That's it. No waiting periods on extras when you join GMHBA's combined covers. GMHBA. Healthier.
Together.
Offer ends 31 July. For new members on direct debit, must pay first month to claim. Annual limits and sub-limits apply.
Hi, I'm Greg from East Fruit Market, and I love Geelong and the footy. We've got everything you need to relax and enjoy the footy. If you've got friends and family coming over, our range of fresh fruits, vegetables, dips and cheeses are perfect for your platter. See our team at 11 Ormond Road, East Geelong, where you'll always get good old-fashioned service. East Fruit Market, quality produce. Freshness guaranteed. Open 7 days from 7:30, eastfruit.com.au.
Up, boys. The number one call team for Geelong and the Surf Coast. Live for our number one ticket holder, Warralilly.
Warralilly Central, land now selling.
Back here at Etihad Stadium, it is the Bulldogs saluting this afternoon. 19-13-127. Essendon the inverse at 13-19-97. So inaccurate kicking, not the ideal scenario for the Bombers this afternoon, who are now outside of the top 8 with a 9-9 record. And they face Carlton, Adelaide, Gold Coast and Fremantle to finish. You would think, based on probabilities, they win 3 of those. And Adelaide here at Etihad, well, probably start behind the 8 ball slightly. But Adelaide, no guarantees here in Victoria sometimes. The Bulldogs, Brisbane at the Gabba. The Giants in a Friday night special here on K-Rock in a couple of weeks' time in round 21. Port Adelaide in Ballarat. No exposed form for either team down there at Mars Stadium, which has been officially opened. Looks fantastic too down there. Great little venue they're going to have for the people of Ballarat. And then Hawthorn final round. Now, the way the Hawks have re-emerged, and they'll be happy with that loss by Essendon, because it meant that the Bombers didn't skip another game away. It'll keep them... Oh, actually, it wouldn't have mattered. They're still on similar wins. But either way, gee, the Hawks... And they don't have to worry about percentage of the Hawks because of the draw.
They just need to keep winning.
That Hawthorn Dogs game last round might have a little bit on it. More than just a farewell for Hodge, Murphy, Boyd, won't be Morris because he won't be playing. Gibson potentially. It's going to be a fun final round as we go down to the victorious Bulldog rooms. Heath Buck coming in.
Yeah, we have, as the boys come in, Luke Beveridge has done his weekly hug of just about every staff member, Kingy, including the ladies who make the soup and the bread rolls, so certainly loves getting around and spreading the love, Luke Beveridge.
Very good. And look forward to you getting the E.J. Whitten presentation.
I know you tried desperately to get that audio of Bontempelli out on the ground, but we've actually got him.
Well, fantastic.
But they're just about to present the cup.
Can you get him nice and close to Ted Jr., who's just walked past you, just looking at the vision, and he's about to make the presentation.
Today we played for the E.J. Whitten Cup once again. It's fantastic that you've won the game. Congratulations. I know one man would be very proud of what you blokes did today, and he's up there. So congratulations, guys. Terrific effort. And to Bobby, mate, take it home, put it in the kennel, buddy. Well done.
So Ted Whitten Jr. there, of course, carrying on his father's legacy through the E.J. Whitten Foundation. Had a wonderful function down in Geelong a couple of weeks ago, and presenting the E.J. Whitten Cup, which is played for between the Bulldogs and the Bombers. It's a pity it's not played for between the Bulldogs and the Cats, considering Teddy's long association with the Cats through us here at K-Rock. Bucky, come on in, or have we got the Bont yet?
Just waiting. Just give us a sec, Kingy. Just the boys are just sitting down at the moment, but he's right next to me, but we're not allowed to approach him until
you're given the word.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll wait for your call from downstairs, but look forward to speaking with Marcus Bontempelli. Finished with 2 goals, 3 in the end. Another solid afternoon from the emerging superstar of the Bulldogs as they got a 30-point win this afternoon. Can tell you at the MCG at quarter time, and Collingwood 4-3-27 over Adelaide 2-1-13. We saw this afternoon, Lee Brown for Goddings, the Bulldogs that we got used to in the back half of last year.
Yeah, they were exciting, weren't they? They played a quick brand of footy, took the game on. They were a little bit smaller, which I think we were used to last year when they played their best footy. They were a lot smaller, particularly in the front half. So there's some signs there. I think they might have turned a corner today.
Time for us to head downstairs because Heath Buck is waiting patiently with Marcus Bontempelli.
Yeah, we have, Kingy. Congratulations on the win, mate. It was a bit of a shootout, but you got the job done. They came at you a couple of times, particularly in that third quarter, and then again late, but you just found something.
Yeah, we've always sort of have backed our sort of ability to run our games reasonably well. We've trained to, I guess, get us through to that point and then just have confidence that we can get it through. But Essendon sort of took it right up to us for the whole game, so we had to just believe in that ability to finish off the game well.
It's a cracking contest. How much confidence did you take out of the last couple of weeks before this? I know the opposition against Carlton and the Suns wasn't as hot as it was today, but were you gaining some momentum, some confidence out of those 2 wins?
I definitely think we felt like we've been building. We obviously haven't played the style of footy or the brand of footy we've wanted to all season, but probably over the last couple of weeks we felt like it's been closer to our best and closest to probably the longest in terms of playing our best for a period of time. So we've got to continue to believe that our best is still in front of us and really finish this year strongly.
Marcus, Tom King up in the K-Rock box along with Ben Castanilla and Lee Brown. Well done on your performance this afternoon individually, but also as a team. They got back to within 6 points when Orazio Fantasia goal at the 20-minute mark. What's going through your mind at that stage?
Yeah, it's so important for us to maintain, I guess, a cool, calm and collected attitude and sort of, I guess, assess it as business as usual a little bit, that we have to go back to our systems, go back to our ability to win the ball on the inside and then just score again. There was definitely, I guess, too long left in the game, probably when we had a 19-point lead to start chipping it around. So once we worked out we had to continue to score, I felt like we did that and then close the game out.
Talk to us about your goal in the third quarter. I think you're in a pack of 3 Bombers and you were just able to climb a bit higher and palm the ball to your advantage. There's a little bit of basketball and that was like it was a jump ball.
Yeah, I hadn't been able to find the middle for the first couple, so it was nice to get, I guess, a little gimme in the goal square. But that's something we probably pride ourselves on, is being able to create a contest sort of at all times and at least bring the ball to ground. So we probably made the most of a couple of those opportunities. And, yeah, thankfully I was able to kick true on that last one.
Marcus, just talk about your capacity. I know you don't like to individualise, but your own ability to seize the day a little bit. Being a Geelong radio station, we've seen it for a long period of time with Joel Selwood when the game's there to be won. And today you had 8 possessions in the final term, a couple of inside 50s and kicked a goal. But it's not just today, it's other games as well. Do you sort of steel yourself, or how do you mentally sort of work through that when the game there to be won, you've got to step up?
I think you just got to, I guess, get yourself to the edge really and be able to fight through, I guess, a little voice in your head that sort of wants you to sort of jog or give up a tiny bit. You keep sort of moving, and I think you find that you end up just in spots sort of right at the right time. So at times, it's just more mentally being able to cope with the fatigue that sets in during the game.
We're speaking with Victoria's Bulldog Marcus Bontempelli on K-Rock Football. Here's Lee Brown.
Well done today, Marcus. Just the form today, it looked a bit like 2016. There's a lot more run, a lot more flow. You mentioned you're building into it, but there's some real signs today that you've turned the corner.
Yeah, I think so. We've tried, I guess for weeks now, we've been trying to really release it and be able to get ourselves to, like I said before, on the edge, to be able to play that free-flowing brand of football that's really hard to get through defensively. So we know we've got a little bit to go, certainly to get ourselves right on there sort of for every moment, but today was a really good consolidated game of what we want to do sort of throughout the season and the rest coming.
Is part of that having a smaller front end in the forward line at times today? You're the key position guy, if you like, where there's a lot of smaller players around you. Is that part of the plan going forward?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's just the way it stacks up. We lost Red and Travis Cloak came in, and traditionally we probably have played a little bit more of a mobile forward line. So I probably spent a bit more time there today and then maybe a tiny bit less than usual up in the midfield, but I'm really enjoying that time there as a forward. It's certainly a different play in terms of your attitude and your mindset, but I think today we got a collectiveness from the 6 forwards who were there at any one time to contribute and play your role at any given moment.
We flipped down the other end, someone we probably don't know a lot about, playing his 3rd game today, but showed some really good signs. Lewis Young, he had some big challenges, but there's some real composure there at times.
Yeah, you're right. He just looks fit, I guess, for the mould of that key defender role, who can sort of back his judgment to read the ball in the flight. And he's just got a good bit of hardness about him as well that we really like. So he's suited our defence beautifully, and I think that speaks a little bit of volume of the defenders that we've already got there and a few of the older players. And Zane Cordy, who also stepped up to the plate probably for the most part of this season to really grow into a really cementing spot back there in the back 6.
How big were a couple of those plays from Cordy in that last quarter just to get a hand in, and how much does that inspire, lift the team in a time of need where Essendon had some momentum?
Yeah, we pride ourselves on those moments, and they're the things that we truly value as a team. The time where you're probably counted out or maybe can be given a pass for not fully being able to get your hand in, but a fingernail, a push to the hip, and even a grab at the jumper can make all the difference. So we'll let him know about that, and he'll definitely be supported for all hard work in that last quarter.
Marcus, one last one before we let you go. Have you enjoyed this year? It's obviously had some challenges, but as a player, that's going to happen throughout your career, and as a team, have you actually enjoyed the challenge that's been presented to you this season?
It has been. It's been a very different season to probably last in terms of expectations coming in, not just from the outset, but from each other, on each other, and that's natural, I think, from a team coming off what we did, but it has been, every week's been a different challenge. We've had to continue to really push ourselves to get ourselves back to that form and to playing our best footy. So I'm sure the resolve that we've shown so far will hold us in good stead going forward.
Marcus, just before we let you go, obviously Brendan Goddard's got a good dinner booking somewhere tonight because 12 or 13 blokes wanted to find out where that was.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I think every team would be trying to do is fly the flag for their teammates, and we support each other in every sort of sense of the word. So we'll see where he ends up, and we'll see if we can find him at some point.
Fantastic. Off to Brisbane next week. They're going to be no push over the lines. They're trying to get off the bottom of the ladder. It's a tricky one.
Yeah, the same effort as sort of what we brought here today is what we expect, and hopefully we can really get another one on the win.
Really appreciate your time this afternoon, Marcus. Thanks for joining us on K-Rock.
Thanks, gents. Tough.
Marcus Bontempelli.
How impressive. He's only 21.
Yeah, he's outstanding.
He doesn't turn 22 until 24th of November.
What were you doing at 21, Benny?
Oh, goodness me. What time is it? Probably have to be after 10:30. I'd be, I don't know, Brownie, I was doing some stuff that wasn't talking like that on the radio after winning a game of footy, and we've already racked up 81 games. He's the next captain of the Western Bulldogs, and it'd be no surprise to see him installed as captain next year as a 22-year-old.
Yeah. You mentioned Kingy emerging superstar. Is he already there?
Oh, I think he is. Yeah. I know we
good
throw
player,
superstar around a little bit too easily. He probably hasn't had a superstar year.
He's pretty good. I was going to ask you, Brandy, did he, in his TAC Cup year, did he dominate the TAC Cup, or is he exploded to a level that... I mean, I know he went pick 4, I think, but was he a dominant... Is he displaying those sort of traits he does at AFL level, the TAC Cup level?
Yeah, there was traits of that. And you see... I think you do with all the juniors coming through. You see what they're doing now at that lower level, but his ability, and you touched on it, to influence a game when it's on the line is right up there with Selwood, and he's done it numerous times for the Western Bulldogs, and he did it again today in that last quarter.
St Kilda obviously didn't think it was as good as Jack Billings' year.
No, I think they'd like to have that one back. So
nothing against Jack Billings.
He'll be solid, but he's no Mark Sponapelli.
No.
I mean, Jack Billings is 182, I think. Mark Sponapelli's 193, and Brownie mentioned can go forward and play your key position if you need him to at times, and I mean, yeah, I think... you could do that over for every club, though.
Yeah. Well, how many times have Richmond been pulled apart for their...
Well, Geelong took Billy Smets. They could have taken Isaac Smith.
But you look at Bontempelli running around. He's never rushed. Pendlebury's never rushed, but this kid's just as good.
And just on that, the player from Geelong's perspective, I know he should bring things back to a Geelong flavour, but the man who's a little bit like that, and I'm not suggesting he's Mark Bontempelli, but he's Brandon Parfitt. He's a player that seems to have an ability to find space and time within a congested area, and he's got some real traits of Bontempelli in that he does have an awareness in a tight spot and knows how to contort himself and move himself to gain that extra 0.4 of a second, then to distribute the footy. So
good signs from him, isn't there?
Yeah,
really good signs.
Yeah, he's good. He's going to be a really good player.
Fifth quarter, thanks to our good friends at Signature Homes and East Fruit Market. We can take you to the MCG, where Collingwood 34 lead Adelaide 20 early in the second quarter at the MCG. The Geelong Falcons in the TAC Cup 12-9-81 over the Greater Western Victoria Rebels 3-9-27. That's North Ballarat for the traditionalists out there, and the Falcons are on the way to another final series. 26 years of TAC Cup, and this will be their 24th final series.
Yeah, they're a good team. They've got a really good crop this year, and come draft day, there will be plenty of names coming out of the Geelong Falcons, I'd imagine.
I'd go Warple, Ling, Hanley, Myers, just off the top of my head as a start. So there's some real talent there, especially that crop that went through the Vic Country setup. GDFL game this afternoon to finish off round 15 of the GDFL season. I'll bring you a score on that between Bannockburn and the Belmont Lions, and we are in the third quarter, and it is Bannockburn 13-8-86, Belmont Lions 5-8-38. 8 goals of difference in that one at Victoria Park. What we'll do is we'll take a break, come back. GMHBA goal of the day. There's a couple of contenders there, and the Hamlin Hanger, there's a couple of contenders there as well. Interesting to see which way we lean with those. We'll also get some Fags Might Attend stats. Bucky will be back from the rooms with any total tools injury updates, although it looked like a fairly clean bill of health for both sides out of this afternoon. Essendon with Carlton next week. You'll hear that here on K-Rock Football. The Bulldogs, they are off to the Gabba, and that's a big couple of weeks for the Doggies. Been to Cairns, come back, and now off to Brisbane for a clash with
Pies got
Lions.
another one. Kingy, no doubt, Brownie, you'll be interested in that game. 40-20, they lead by 20 points to the Magpies.
Yeah, that'd be
Josh Thomas just slotted a goal.
Interesting result if that
Cats
was to
would be
happen.
Cat fans will be starting to turn on that one after they've finished listening to our postgame.
Absolutely. Feel free to check that one out on the host broadcast. We'll take a break. Back shortly. Lip read, K-Rock Footy.
K-Rock. You're listening to the number one call team. Made in Geelong and the Surf Coast for Geelong and the Surf Coast.
Warralilly Central. Land now selling.
Okay, if you use that gaffer tape, I'll shave all the hair from here to here.
Hey guys, what you talking about?
Buckle's just planning your buck show? Yeah, it'll be great. I've got big plans.
Whoa. Hold your horses. You know what we've been told? No bucks party, and certainly not one planned by Buckle. Remember last time you planned an event?
They did manage to get all the animals back inside the petting zoo safe and sound. Thank you very much, Tom.
Buckle, that's not the point. No way is she going to go for me having a bucks party.
Hang on, I've got an idea. You've been told no bucks party, but she never said you couldn't have a hens party.
Tom's Hens Party. You can be there and send Tom off into married life in style. lady style. Go glamping in Melbourne with the boys. There'll be lots of fancy, classy, fun Hens Party-related things. Tom's Hens Party at St. Jerome's The Hotel, Melbourne's home of rooftop glamping. Register now at krock.com.au. It's going to be sick, bitches.
A Master of Engineering can push the limits. When masters come together, there are no limits. Purchase any Kubota excavator from Goddings between now and November 30 and you could win the raw power of a Toyota Hilux SR5. There's no better time to buy a Goddings Kubota excavator than right now. Visit goddings.com.au to find out more and to see freestyle motocross champion Clinton Moore put a Kubota excavator through its paces. Goddings, Kubota's platinum dealer.
Right now, GMHBA Health Insurance is offering...
steak knives.
No.
Inflatable flamingos.
Shh. GMHBA is offering no... what is it? No.
I'm done waiting, mate.
That's it. No waiting periods on extras when you join GMHBA's combined covers. GMHBA. Healthier
together.
Offer ends 31 July. For new members on direct debit, must pay first month to claim. Annual limits and sub-limits apply.
There are big things happening at your local Mitre 10. G'day, Scotty Cam here. At your local Mitre 10, they're all for getting your day off to a great start. That's why they open early for you, why they stock trade quality products, and why they have a huge range of timber undercover. And as Australia's largest independent timber merchant, Mitre 10 will go to any length to get you exactly what you want. On site, on time, in full. Because they're the local business that values having yours. Mitre 10, always mighty helpful to the trade. That's mighty helpful Fags Mitre 10, South Geelong, Wallington, Colac and Torquay.
Hi, I'm Greg from East Fruit Market, and I love Geelong and the footy. We've got everything you need to relax and enjoy the footy. If you've got friends and family coming over, our range of fresh fruits, vegetables, dips and cheeses are perfect for your platter. See our team at 11 Ormond Road, East Geelong, where you'll always get good old-fashioned service. East Fruit Market, quality produce. Freshness guaranteed. Open 7 days from 7:30, eastfruit.com.au.
Of football in Geelong.
You're listening to the number one call team. Made in Geelong and the Surf Coast for Geelong and the Surf Coast.
Warralilly Central. Land now selling.
Etihad Stadium is just about us. A few security guards and the stragglers from kick to kick on the ground as we wind up footy in July. We're into August and basically as of Tuesday we're saying the grand final's next month.
Come around quick, hasn't it?
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
A bit scary when you think of it like that.
They've got another one. The Magpies on lead by 26 points, 46 to 20. That's midway through the second term. They're all over the Crows' cheap suit style.
Talk about throwing cat amongst the pigeons when it comes to results. And the ladder. Adelaide would have thinking we'll beat Collingwood, we'll go a game and a half clear on top. And, well, whether you're one or two doesn't really matter, does it? It's the same thing.
It is the same thing, and they also get that bye to freshen up.
Yeah.
Pre-finals now, so it's not a great advantage, as we saw last year with the Western Bulldogs, to actually get that double chance.
No, but you'd prefer to have it.
Yeah, it would, but that stop-start, we'll see how it goes again this year, because last year I think it hampered some teams. Play, have a week off, play, have a week off, grand final. Yeah, I don't think it suits some teams.
Got a tough run. Crows, the last 4 games. Next week they've got, they're obviously on top of the table and will stay even if they lose, but they play Port Adelaide next week in a showdown. They've got to come back here to play Essendon at Etihad Stadium, which is no easy game.
Yep.
They've played Sydney at home, and they finish off by playing the West Coast Eagles in Perth.
With the Eagles maybe playing for their life.
It's a really tough 4-week stretch for the Crows. They'd want to be penciling in this one as David McKay's having a shot for goal.
So you got them dropping down, Benny? Out of the top 4?
No. Well, I'm just sort of thinking at it from a Geelong perspective. The Cats have got a hard road too, but they play 3 of their last 4 games at Simmons Stadium, which certainly helps. And but they have been troubled by Sydney in the past. So, but it's a really interesting game. I think GWS's run is reasonably tough too. All the top teams playing each other gives us a real form line going into the finals.
This quarter thanks to East Fruit Market and Signature Homes, and Heath Bucky's back from the victorious Bulldog rooms.
Plenty of ice down there on the legs and calves.
In drinks.
So
that's what I was doing when
plenty
I was
of sore
21.
boys. I noticed the youngster Lewis Young had some ice on his knee. Did come from the field in the third quarter, I think it was, Kingy, with an injury concern, came back on. Did look a little bit ginger as he came back on. I know he got ran down as the Pies. Is that another goal, Benny?
Yeah, kicked another one.
Yeah,
Daniel Wells. So they lead by 5 goals.
Yeah, that's a big one there. Another upset brewing. This one at the MCG, Crows and the Pies. Yeah, look, a lot of ice down there, but very happy rooms, obviously. And speaking to Marcus Bontempelli post-game, you can just get that sense that they're on a bit of a roller, doggies. And I could feel it. You know what I could feel it in the most, Kingy? The supporters.
Yep.
The supporters were up and about because they've been in a bit of a lull so far this year, not really worrying whether they were going to play finals or even feature at all this year because they were happy with what happened last year. And today was their last chance, and you could just sense it when I was down there on the boundary line at the end of the game. They were up and about, and I could hear the comments at their back, and so they're on a bit of a roller, doggies. They'll be a dangerous proposition. You won't want to be facing them in the early weeks of the finals.
Yeah, let's see what unfolds. Some key numbers, please, Bucky, for Fags Minor 10.
Yeah, look, they were pretty even across the board in terms of the team stats. Kingy, 53-50 inside favours of the doggies. Geez, a big scoring, like 19 goals, 13 to the Western Bulldogs and 13 goals, 19 to the Bombers. Poor kicking probably cost them in the end, although the doggies were very good. And the tackle count, not many tackles today. The doggies only laid 38 tackles. That suggests that it was a free-flowing game. Essendon laid 55. In the end, the stoppages went the way of the Western Bulldogs. They thumped them in the end 36-22 and significantly after half-time out of the guts, 19-13 in their favour. So they got on top there, the Western Bulldogs. The contested possessions were in favour of the doggies as well, 137-124. Individually, Biggs had it 29 times, Hunter 25 and a goal, McRae 25. Not huge numbers for the doggies. Bontempelli was probably the most influential player on the ground other than Joe Danaher, but he was a match winner in the end. Bontempelli, what a goal that was, the last one there, which sort of got, what was it, 13 points in the end? I thought a couple of goals up late in the game, Bontempelli, before Daniel kicked that goal from about 50 metres out.
They were 12 points up.
Yep, 2 goals, 3 from those 23 touches. 23 to Dallahouse, 19 to Suckling and Long Bomb in the second quarter. McLean, 19 and a goal. Murphy was good, 3 marks, 9 disposals and a goal playing across half forward. Roughhead, I thought, beat Bell Chambers comprehensively around the ground, not so much in the ruck, but he had it 19 times, found some form, Roughhead, 5 marks and a goal. A goal to Daniel from 19 touches, always uses the ball beautifully, Caleb Daniel. Johannison, 4 goals straight from his 18 disposals and 4 goals. Wallace, 18 and 17 to Picken. Didn't hit the scoreboard, though, just the one behind after kicking 6 against the Suns last week. Couple of goals to Webb from 12 disposals and 3 goals to Tory Dixon from just the 9 disposals. For the Bombers, 32 to Zarakis. Hurley, 30 playing back, 13 marks. Heppel, 29. Parrish, 29, but didn't use the ball well today, Darcy Parrish. Did kick a nice goal in the first quarter. 25 to Goddard. Merritt wasn't at his best, just 23 touches and 3 marks. Watson, 20 and 5 marks. Not a huge impact, though. No inside 50s to Joe Watson. Myers, 19. McKenna, 19. Liked his game. 4 tackles as well to McKenna. Stewart was good, 8 marks, 18 disposals. 6 goals, 4 to Joey Danaher. He took 11 marks. And missed a couple of easy shots as well. He had the 18 disposals. 2 goals to Fantasia from 18 touches. And that was about it for the Bombers. Kelly was good late. He had 10 disposals in that last quarter and 15 for the game. But they had a lot of players down today, the Bombers. And in the end, the Doggies were just too good in front of a crowd. Is that a record, Benny? 48,754?
It was 26, did I say?
Yeah,
yes.
26.
About 20 more people more than the previous.
Yeah.
For these two teams here at Etihad.
Yes.
Saw the Western Bulldogs. Great kicking in front of goal. 19-13, 127. Defeated the Bombers 13-19, 97. And one of the best games of the season.
Yeah, and a 31-point lead for Collingwood over the Crows. Thank you for that, Bucky, for Fags Minor 10. A little bit more for you to do. GMHBA goal of the day and our Hamlin hanger. Joe Danaher show really in much of the day, but you've got our goal and mark that stood out among the rest.
Yeah, we'll start with the Hamlin hanger mark of the day, and give it to a number of grabs by Joe Danaher, who was superb, 6 goals, 4, and also took 11 marks. This one, though, was a beauty in the last quarter.
15, Stewart basically unmarked. It was a wonderful ball from Hartley.
It was. He spotted him in that little zone.
Swings onto his right boot. Goal square. Where's Danaher? Hamlin hanger contender. Third in the queue. the flight of the ball better than everybody else.
Nearly at the goalpost, he was that high as well. He's in terrific form. Big Joey Danaher. GMHBA goal of the afternoon. He kicked 2 goals, 3. Just so dangerous when he was playing forward. That was poor defending by the Bombers in the third quarter, which saw Bont just swoop on the ball from the contest and jag a brilliant GMHBA goal of the afternoon.
Wallace at ground level, gives to Picken, hard up on the boundary, Picken to the top of the square, couple of dogs there, Bontempelli off the ground. GMHBA goal today, Bontempelli. He had 2 to beat, brought it to ground level, gets his second.
He did, and he was excellent once again, the Bont.
Yeah,
he'll win a Brownlow, I think. Maybe not this year, but in the future.
Yeah.
He's just got that something special about him.
Certainly has. He was fantastic to watch and fantastic to listen to this afternoon, and you can hear that interview if you missed it at krockfootball.com.au once it's available via our webpage, and we will share it in our social media as well via Twitter at krockfootball. That's us done for round 19. There are 4 home and away rounds to go and a lot of footy to be played out, and we will be all over it at K-Rock Football, and also tomorrow krockfootball.com.au will keep you up to date on the Patrick Dangerfield situation. 2 weeks ago, it was all about his foot. This time, it's about the match review panel and how they assess the incident. We'll have a story up shortly, too, in regards to just how he views it after appearing on television today. Thank you to our team that have done a wonderful job up the back, led by Dave Knott, pushing the buttons. Thank you, gentlemen. Well done. To you, Matt Dwyer, back in K-Rock HQ. Sheep is out, and he has done a wonderful job. The little mad pup. He's had a busy weekend. It was Hamlin Park yesterday for a bit of local footy, and now today doing some good job at K-Rock HQ for the Bombers and the Bulldogs. Goodbye to you, Matthew. Bucky, when do we see you? We'll see you Saturday for Essendon, Carl.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a dangerous place to be in wherever you when the doggies are up and about. But anyway, I'll deal with it.
It's dangerous any time.
Oh, yeah, but when the doggies are up and about.
Lee Brown, when will we see you again?
A couple of weeks, I think. Yeah, a couple of weeks. Good luck to Sam Skinner today, making his debut for the Lions after being named last year and doing his knee on the eve of his first game. So good luck to him.
Fantastic. Brendan, good to see you too. Good luck with the power next week against the Falcons.
Yeah, we got the Falcons down at Royal Morwell. We're looking forward to that one. It's a big game. We got them last time, so they'll be out for a bit of revenge, no doubt, but always a good game against the Falcons.
Benny, see you Friday night.
Yes, Pies lead by 37 points. Interestingly, too, for Cat fans. They've tagged Rory Sloane. After Geelong let him do whatever he liked last week, Levi Greenwood's gone to him. He's had 2 kicks, Rory Sloane.
Cats and the Swans to kick things off on a big weekend of K-Rock football next weekend in round 20, 6 o'clock Friday night. Join us live from Simmons Stadium. But this afternoon, it was the Western Bulldogs by 30 points, and you heard it all on
K-Rock footy!
K-Rock.
Orazio Fantasia. Just like saying that, want to wheel onto his right. Long ball, top of the square, lurking out the back was Hooker. Front and square, Parrish. And the Dons get the first goal inside 25 seconds. Taken by McLean. That was a good tackle by Johannesson. McLean will want to switch and does, but it didn't have the distance to get to Cloak. Straight to Zaharakis. Zaharakis to Danaher, lurking inside 50. And there it is, Brownie. That switch you play, if it doesn't come off, your defence is caught all over the place. And the kick there from McLean went straight to Zaharakis, who kicked it to Danaher, and he can go back for 45. Through the Irish from McKenna to half forward, good kick, well weighted for Stewart, who marks, hits the ground running, wheels and goes, top of the square, Danaher lurking! Hamlin hanger style, Joe Danaher, top of the square, Bombers will have 3, inside 7 minutes, they'll get the jump on the Dogs. He's 60 from home, Collier. He certainly won't have the distance in him, so he just sets it up, Danaher! Again, Hamlin hanger style over the back. The big mitts went up, and all 203 centimetres of Joe Danaher just over the top.
Murphy, an awkward-looking handball that bounced for Dixon. For Johannesson, heard the voice of Lucas Webb from 45. Clinical finish from Webb. Bounces it through and nobody in the goal square. And for the first time this afternoon, the Dogs lead. Ball spill. Johannesson, who's on his non-preferred left, just pulls it back to the hot spot. Bontempelli couldn't mark, but he found it on the ground. Flicked it out. Dixon ran into an open goal. Oh, what skill from Marcus Bontempelli. Just the 6 goals from his 17 games, but a chance for 2 here as he drives a beautiful long ball all the way to the line, and it'll have the carry, and it'll be a goal for the Dogs, and they now lead by 12 points. Jason Johannesson with a couple of beautiful long goals. And the Dogs have now kicked 5 in a row. The miss came from Kelly. Wallace at the front of the pack, wrapped up by Parrish. Ball spilled out to Hooker. Heppel, Merritt now to make Benz. Somehow, off the boot of Danaher, he's going to kick a goal right on the goal line. Biggs came across in front of him. It was like Danaher stopped the footy with his foot. And he was able to pick it up, and on the goal line, kick his third.
Coming through his Bagley, ball spills back to Clyde. He'll want to go on his right. GMHBA goal of the day, Travis Cloak. Non-preferred right in traffic, bang. His teammates get to him. Something out of nothing from the former Magpie. Defensive 50 to Collier. Now Collier's kick's okay. No, it wasn't. It was the intended recipient was Myers, but chopping it off was Bonampelli. Give to Young, left footer, inboards, great. Wonderful kick by the kid onto the chest of Dixon. Flicks it to Bale, though the hand pass was too hot. They've turned it over. Fantasia, the little men get involved to Collier. Now to Goddard, usually a good kick. A long piercing ball. Hooker! He had the set over the top of the youngster Young.
Bontempelli's got in behind his man. He takes the mark against, firstly, Hartley. Calls for 50 from Dog fans. Not coming. Bontempelli drives the ball to the advantage of Dixon. That's a wonderful kick. And Dixon can stroll into goal. And he's kicked his third, Tory Dixon. Hunter has a chance to push this margin out to double figures one more time. Tight in the right forward pocket. The left footer steps out, snaps, and kicks a wonderful GMHBA goal today for Tinder.
Great kick, but it wasn't a great kick. In fact, it was well read by Bagley. He got out the back of Wallace and took a nice defensive mark. Now he wants to switch. Not sure that's the option because he's kicked it straight to Murphy. I'm not sure what Mark Bagley was thinking. Goddard took the spillage. Hand passes to Parrish. Parrish now at the back to Stewart. Stewart gives it to McKenna, sweeping by. The Irishman got time for a bounce. Long ball inside forward 50. Only man there is Fantasia. He'll pick it up in the square. In fact, he goes off the ground and kicks the goal.
Might have hurt himself too for Total Tools.
He's come up a bit gimpy to Merritt. Merritt goes with a spiral out the back best position. Stewart, who's there? Hooker, front and square, gain 150, goes round the corner and gets the quick reply. Hasn't been his day, Cale Hooker, but on that occasion, he turned crummer and front and square snapped what was a relatively easy goal. Wallace at ground level, gift to Picken, hard up on the boundary, Picken to the top of the square, couple of dogs there, Bonampelli off the ground. GMHBA goal today. Bonampelli. He had 2 to beat. Brought it to ground level. Gets his second.
50 and Stewart basically unmarked. It was a wonderful ball from Hartley.
It was. He spotted him in that little zone.
Swings onto his right boot. Goal square. Where's Danaher? Hamlin Hanger contender. Third in the queue. Judged the flight of the ball better than everybody else.
Over the back, did well, created a contest, found it on the ground, broke the tackle, handball to Collier. Collier this way, that way. He should get a handball. He does. He gets to Fantasia. Fantasia snap around the corner is a goal. They did it the hard way. Margin is back to 6.
And the pack Bontempelli. Daniel, just a quick step over his shoulder. He might have kicked the goal. The Dogs will win. The Dogs will win, and they're back in the 8. Toby McLean had 27 last week. Shot on goal, starts it left, works it back, and they're going to win by 30 points. And look at them go to Brendan Goddard. 8, 9, 10, 11 Dogs in the face of the number 9 from Essendon and letting him know all about it. Look at them.
Gets it to Suckling. Suckling round the corner. And there is the final siren. The reigning premiers stay alive in 2017. They are back in the finals mix thanks to a 30-point victory.
Bulldogs fight and Bulldogs roar. We give our very best. 'Cause you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed. We're the team of the mighty West.
Live for our number 1 ticket holder, Warren Lilly. There's only one home of football in Geelong.
Live, breathe, K-Rock football.
For Warren Lilly Central. Land now selling.